of entrepreneurs every year, but I'm really excited about meeting the entrepreneurs right here in Miami. We had a casting call in Miami a couple years ago and had a couple of folks make it on the show. And looking forward to coming back to Miami and doing it again. I know a couple of the founders are from the Miami area. Some of them are not, but looking forward to hearing the pitches today. One thing before we get started, I think we're still gathering people. I'm also an entrepreneur. I have a mobile market research company. It's called Gauge. One of the first things you learn as an entrepreneur is to build a relationship with your customers, talk to them, and do what they tell you to do. Right now, all of you are my customers, and so I want to connect with you. I'm going to give you my number. Don't ask me for a business card, but feel free to text me. Let's stay connected, and if I can be helpful to you in building your business, or if you're interested in Shark Tank, certainly happy to connect with you on that. So, number is 202-760-2921. Give it to you one more time, 202-760-2921. Again, connect with me if you're interested. And would love to help you as you continue to build. Here's how the competition is going to work. Each entrepreneur will have 5 minutes to come on this stage and pitch. Then our judges will have 2 minutes to ask questions. I will be keeping time very strictly so we can flow through everyone very quickly. Now I'm going to give our judges an opportunity to introduce themselves, and then after that, we'll bring up our first entrepreneur to start the pitch competition.
And could we have the judges start from the right and work our way over? And at the end, we'll have Derek Pearson talk about the good work that he and family have been doing in the Miami tech ecosystem. Good, and then we may need a little more time because we're having some technical difficulties with the actual pitch decks. So I'll let you guys kick it off.
Okay.
Hello again, everyone. Sure. Hey, everyone. Brandon Hoffmann here from Samsung Next. So I lead innovation and research there. Also the co-founder of the Diverse Founders Initiative, which has brought me here today. Thank you, everyone.
Good afternoon. Nasir Qadri, based in Washington, D.C. I'm an investor at a new minority-led investment firm called Pearson Ventures, Seattle-based, but headquartered. I lead our Washington, D.C. Office. Our main focus is investing in diverse management teams, both at the early and growth stage. Key verticals include fintech, real estate tech, education technology, and the aerospace. A few of our partners are former Boeing executives. Been investing for the past 8 years. I've done some angel investing as well, and really thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Dude, 8 years, man. I could learn some things. My name is Brian Brackeen, general partner of Lightship Capital. At Lightship, we invest in women and founders of color, usually the first investors, early stage. We also run 2 programs, Hillman Accelerator, like the TV show, Different World, Hillman, that's right. So it's at hill7.org. It's a 12-week accelerator. We also invest for that. We invest $125,000 into those companies. And then around New Me Boot Camp, 1 week intensive. We all live in a house, like real world, and we go deep on some of the concepts like the AI concepts we talked about earlier. And again, that's going to be totally free for entrepreneurs this year. That's newme.in, N-E-W-M-E.I-N.
Hello, everybody. My name is Derek Pearson. I'm one of the co-founders of Black Tech Week here in Miami, Florida. We have a suite of programs, Black Tech Week being one, Code Fever being another. Black Tech Week is a week-long series of events that we house here in Miami. We have a Black Tech Weekend Roadshow where we actually go into other markets and we curate events based on whatever the economic development policies for that region is, as well as the local major corporations, Fortune 500 companies that are in those areas. We have a VC in residence program where we actually bring venture capitalists into markets to interview and coach and guide startup founders to help them scale and make their businesses ready for capital. We also have Code Fever, where we go into schools. We're in all of the Broward County library system, where we teach full stack JavaScript development, robotics, and we're in about 5 schools here in Miami. and we have a 10,000 square foot co-working space in Overtown called Space Called Tribe. So we call it a pipeline from cradle to greatness, where we do economic development for the entire community. And we're transforming that whole area. We have something in the pipeline for economic ecosystem builders. So those ecosystem builders will be able to come get certified and be in this association, this national association, to help them do the things that we're doing in our community and do mind share. So that's pretty much what we do.
Okay. So let me come over here too. The first entrepreneur that will have pitch as part of the inaugural Black Men Talk Tech pitch competition is DuMarkus Davis and Musicbuk.
What you just heard represents 10 years of great feedback from my music instructors and a lot of practice on my part, but my story didn't begin there. I am DuMarkus Davis, founder and CEO of Musicbuk. When I began playing the violin, I was at one of the lowest points in my life. My parents had lost their jobs. We lost our home. I lost my voice. The violin for me became my voice, but when my orchestra teacher saw that I wasn't progressing as quickly as other students, she recommended I find an outside music instructor, but this proved difficult. For millions of people just like me, they want to learn how to play music, and they need a private instructor to do so. But finding those instructors is difficult because the instructors are performers themselves, and they don't market. Until now, Musicbuk solves this by using AI to connect quality music instructors with students locally. When a music instructor and student log into our application using IBM Watson Personality Insights, we're able to generate a personality profile on both instructor and student in order to best recommend instructors to that student. But what gives us our edge? It's our instructors themselves. Each of our instructors goes through a rigorous 4-step vetting process, beginning with a background check. Next, we look at their professional experience, followed by their educational background, and finally, their student success. What puts us in a lane all our own, however, is our technology. In a market saturated by distance learning alternatives, which fail to take into account tactile feedback needed to learn how to play an instrument, Musicbuk focuses on in-person lessons, which is how music has been taught for hundreds of years. And we automate the process with our CRM that empowers our music instructors to be better business managers. And we're doing this in a huge market. In the US alone, over 42 million households have children between the ages of 3 and 17, and on average, spend $500 or more per year on music education expenses. This is an annual spending of over $21 billion. Under our revenue model, we have an annual customer value of $305. Our music instructors pay a yearly or monthly membership fee, and after doing a 50-50 revenue split on the first lesson between an instructor and new student, we get $5 plus a service fee for every lesson rendered from that point on. Now, some people might hear this opportunity and go, classical music is dying, but we know this to be untrue. And the greatest examples of this are the artists Lizzo, Alicia Keys, and Lady Gaga, who prove that music education is important and can exist in popular culture. This is the future that we are committed to seeing for music, and we do this by reinvesting in underserved communities that often do not receive these types of education. Now, I am a solo founder, but I have an amazing team behind me. I stand before you as a graduate of the San Francisco Conservatory of Music, having worked with the San Francisco Symphony, guest lectured at Stanford University, and performed at Carnegie Hall. My CTO is a graduate of Stanford University and the software architect behind such notable platforms as Ancestry.com and PlayStation.com. And we have an amazingly diverse team behind us. And this is the team that wanted to prove this idea out. We didn't just want to come with a concept. And so to do so, we ran a 10-month pilot, during which time we saw 99% retention rates, over 200 students monthly. We were featured on Revolt TV and garnered the interest of Sean Combs and Combs Ventures. We also became a Google for Startups company, and we inked a deal with Adidas to work on the global release of not one, but 2 shoes with them, and the opening of Adidas Sound Labs in Atlanta, Georgia. And we generated revenue from day one. Over $145,000 to be exact. And this is all in our first year out the gate, and my first year out of college. If we did that, imagine what we can do next. Bringing us to our raise. We are currently raising our seed round of $1.5 million so that we can scale nationally and hit our projections of $2.8 million in the coming school year and over $16 million in the school year after that. And we are not stopping there. We plan on growing this market through the release of digital content, then taking over the online music lesson space, and finally, AI for music lessons so that you can get feedback in real time, wherever, whenever. This is going to help me to achieve my personal goal of being the first Black man to take a company public as founder and CEO. At Musicbuk, we believe that every person deserves the opportunity to learn music, regardless of their background. We believe that not every entrepreneur wears an E on their chest, but that some are called music instructors and simply need a little bit of help organizing their businesses. And we believe that music education provides hope in times where there is not always a light at the end of the tunnel. If you believe what we believe, get in touch with us today. Any questions?
Great job, DuMarkus. And now we'll have 2 minutes of questions from our judges. That will start now.
So how does it work? Like, how does it work?
So it's a mobile application, so you can actually go into the App Store and download it right now. Basically, when our instructors come, they apply to teach. We vet the instructors from there. We look at their professional background, education, and then if we deem them ready to go to teach, then we allow them to create a profile on the application. For the students, the instructors are able to set their scheduling, their availability, and the students can actually handle the entire transaction process through the app. So parents are taking out their phones, they find their instructor, they can click a button, book an appointment, and then once the instructor has confirmed that the appointment's been rendered, then the money goes to them. Very simple.
I didn't see it, but could you tell me how many instructors you have on the platform?
So currently we have about 30, and these are 30 who are coming off of our private beta. We actually just launched our public beta about 2 weeks ago at A3C, so we're currently uploading them into the application.
And is this all online? And if so, like what area are those 30 instructors concentrated in?
Atlanta. So our pilot was completely concentrated in Atlanta. The way we scale is through market by market rollouts. So all of our instructors to date have been in Atlanta. Most of the instructors from the original pilot, we actually only had 6 instructors who generated the bulk of that 145K. The 30 instructors are recent signups who are coming into the public beta.
So who's the customer?
We have a dual-sided marketplace. So the instructor is a customer, they're doing a software as service play, so they're paying either monthly or yearly. And this is to use the software to handle, to have the CRM and to basically manage their business. On the student side, we're also serving the student. So the student is the consumer who's actually paying for the music lessons, but we're getting money from both sides of the market.
Got it. So you're the sole founder, right? And where's your other help coming from? I mean,
the team I showed you. So CTO architected it. We have a guy named Dana. He was one of the original engineers on CNN.com. He actually built most of the application. We have an outside advisor who helped us with a lot of the actual designs of it. Because we were in Google for Startups, some of the members of the Google team actually helped us do a lot of the UI and UX design. And then we have really amazing advisors who help us with things like AI and scalability as we grow.
All right, thank you.